First question's from Jorge Castillo. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, what's the plan for Walker today?
It's five. If things go well and he's efficient, get him to touch the six, and then after that, that should be good.
If everything goes well, will he pitch in the Freeway Series?
We're trying to kind of talk through that. There's a scenario that he would. There's also a scenario that he might pitch in a kind of another kind of constructed game. So we haven't made that final call.
Did David Price pitch already today?
He is right now got one clean inning under his belt, and he's 89-91 and got through that first inning.
With Price going the same day as Walker, what does that mean? I guess going forward for rotation, bullpen. What can we read into anything into that?
No, I don't think so. I think that it just, we said from the outset that we wanted David to build up. We wanted Tony to build up. We wanted Walker, Julio, all these guys. And I think this gives us that way to do that. And when ultimately we have to find a decision to name five starters, and we can do that as well. And
you expect to start the season with five starters?
Yeah.
Okay. And just off topic here, you guys have a few guys that run well. How much do you expect to run this season?
I think that if you look at Mookie, Gavin, CT, Belly, we have some opportunities. I still think that, being smart on the base is not giving away outs. I still think, is at the front of mind. But yeah, we have a very athletic ball club.
Do you see putting pressure on teams as sort of a weapon the way you guys did it in October?
I don't know if that's something for the long part of the season, but it's a part of our offense, certainly.
And as a guy who used to run well, would you like to see more running in baseball?
It's player dependent, but I think overall, yes, I would.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Next question is from Juan Toribio. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, how much will the rotation battle kind of influence the decisions in the bullpen?
I think that having three guys ultimately in our pen that give us length and meaningful length that can get left and right out, that could potentially enter it in the middle of a game and potentially finish a game to keep them built up serves a lot of purposes. So I don't think that, this is necessarily a dilemma. It's a good situation that we have, that we feel good about five starters, and those three guys that ultimately land in the pen can also serve a very valuable role too.
And will lefty righty play into it? Like if one of the three guys that don't make the rotation, one of the two guys that don't make the rotation is a left-hander.
I don't think so. I think that for us, all those guys are pretty neutral. I would say probably Dustin is the most, more not neutral, but for the other part, all those other guys are pretty neutral. So we're in a good spot.
And earlier this spring, you said that you see a way that other starting options would be on the roster, even though they're not necessarily starters. Is that kind of still the case?
That is the case, yes.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Next question is from Bill Plunkett. Go ahead, Bill.
It's a high class problem, Dave.
There you go. You said it.
What's next for Price then after today?
David is going to pitch in one of those games in the Freeway Series. So today is Wednesday. What's today? Tuesday?
Tuesday, yeah.
So he'll probably pitch either that Sunday or Monday game. Yeah, something like that.
As a starter or coming out of the pen?
We haven't made that decision yet.
What plans do you have for the off day tomorrow? Is there another B game somebody's going to be in?
Yeah, Julio is going to pitch that day, as well as Jimmy Nelson.
Okay, thanks, Dave.
Yep, you got it.
Next question's from Eric Steven. Go ahead.
Dave, I was going to ask about Urias, but you just answered it. But going back to the, having the potential starters in the bullpen, does that make it, if you say have two or three starters in your bullpen to give you length and other options, does that make it more likely that you mentioned possibly carrying 13 pitchers? Does it make it more likely that you'll have fewer pitchers than more just because you have those lengthy guys in there?
I think it should be, it's weighed into the math, into our decision, certainly. Because you have 7 days to start the season. You have 4 days in Colorado to start the season. So, coverage with innings is paramount. And so, yeah, if you look at 3 guys that can take down, 3, 4, 5 innings, then it kind of, gives us more optionality on the other reliever or potential added reliever. Yeah.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Yeah, time for one more. Go ahead, Clint.
Hey, Dave, probably going to back into a corner slightly with this one, but what kind of percentage would you say Tony and Dustin have of making the opening day roster right now together?
I would say there's a good chance.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks.